Oh, did I see James's tired reaction to my short? No. Where's that? Have we got that? Is his channel James is Tired?
Yes, the channel name is James is Tired. I do Christian online apologetics, discussions, host interviews, debates, and so on. Now, for the rest of this.
Okay, let's see what this is all about. Let's share his reaction. Should we react to it then? Let's react to it.
As you guys will see with my eyes, I am tired while I'm shooting this video, but I wanted to get it out. So let's play the clip from Hamza, and then I'll address a few things.
Nor explicit teachings of Jesus and look into the ambiguous verses to suit your worldview.
Nope, not at all. Doesn't happen. We have a doctrine and a method.
No, it does. It does. You ignore explicit. Oh my god, yeah. Is he really saying that?
Yes, I am really saying that because we have a doctrine, we have a methodology, we have hermeneutics, we have reasons and justifications for why we interpret different verses different ways. This is like common knowledge, common understanding in Christianity, the same as it is in Islam.
How do you understand the term corrupted Bible? Quran should not come into your answer.
Agreed. So the Quran should not come into my answer to your question. But when it's talking about biblical corruption, we have to look, what do people mean by that? So modern Christian scholarship, because we value the Word of God, and in the pursuit of truth, we want to make sure that what we have is the most accurate, preserved version of that word. But that also means being honest with history. It means being honest with revelation. It means being honest with earlier manuscript.
This guy actually thinks he actually thinks he can take me on with this. He actually thinks he can take me on with this. Really? Oh my god.
So no, I don't see apologetics as like a WWE match, although you can see the stinger in the background that I do appreciate pro wrestling. Also, I wasn't presenting an argument, I was just telling you that I'm very well aware of methodology and how Christians interpret things. We could talk about different things in the Bible, but that's why I've extended the invite for you to come on my channel.
He actually thinks he can take me on with this. Really? Oh my god.
I figured I would play that clip one more time because I just was thinking about this, like the kind of the ego that goes into saying that, hey, this gentleman just did like a 10-second response or explanation, and somehow he believes that is all my argumentation. No, that's not all my argumentation. That's not exactly how any of this works. But let me play this next clip.
The problem is this. The problem is this. Honestly. This guy's watching shorts and he's not getting the context of the conversation.
He did mention one thing that I agree on, which is the problem with shorts. Shorts can take things out of context, or you have to cut things for time. As you know, YouTube Shorts, the 60 seconds, usually smaller clips do better, but so it's very, very hard in some cases to explain the full context of the conversation. So is he right that the clips and what he was sharing on his short might not have been conducive or showing the full conversation? Yes, but that's why people do clips. I think sometimes they do it intentionally just to misrepresent conversations or just to highlight one or two bad people.
All right, so Christians, it's just a simple flex. The Quran, Muhammad Sallallahu and Islam itself has no part to play why you believe Christianity is true.
I was confused why he mentioned that, because he heard the part in the clip where I said that I don't, use the Quran to prove the Bible, that would be inappropriate. So I figured I would have to state it once earlier in this video and then once now to let him know that I understand that concept, and that me critiquing Islam or proving Islam false does not make Christianity any more true, in the same way that a Muslim critiquing Christianity does not make Islam true. I did mention that I would get back to the Quran. So the Quran is a book that cannot be questioned, and Muhammad is a prophet that cannot be questioned. Which brings me to my next point.
Why can't it be questioned? Why can't it be questioned?
So this I may actually highlight at the beginning of the video. I don't know yet as I'm editing and responding to these clips. But I thought it was unique that he said, you know, he's able to question Muhammad or the Quran, and he asked why not. But I'm going to put some clips in of some Muslim speakers who say that this is something you can't do. And from my understanding, once you have submitted, you are to submit fully. There is no, why did Muhammad do this? Why does the Quran say this? It's Muhammad says this, the Quran says this, and now we do this. So I would like to know what he means by questioning. Is he saying that for him there's a phase of questioning early on, like you can question in the beginning, but once you've submitted not to question? But let me play you those clips.
First of all, Akhi, it is not wise to try to justify or to look into the logic or to try the Prophet ﷺ.
Whatever the Prophet ﷺ says, we believe in it and we affirm it without thinking too deeply.
Muslim by definition is to submit. No reason, no logic here, no philosophy should be used whatsoever, yani.
That as Muslims, we do not require a justification for everything that comes in the Quran and the Sunnah. Otherwise, we would not be good servants and slaves of Allah. So someone says, mashallah, 95% is perfect. But there are few issues like 5% or 3% or even 1% that I'm not convinced of, that I'm not at ease with. The logical thing to say is, if 95% is perfect and correct, you should accuse your own intellect, your own understanding for not accepting these 5%. And you should accept them blindly.
I thought he was responding to my challenge against Christianity. So he's not defending Christianity now. Now he's trying to investigate and understand Islam.
So, yeah, he's right. I was not presenting an argument for Christianity. I was just reacting to this YouTube short in the hopes that it would initiate a bigger conversation. As a Christian, I often want to know what other religions believe and why. And for example, if Islam was true, I would leave Christianity to go to be a Muslim. Right now, there's questions that I have that are unanswered that seem to make Islam apparently false. Given that, I've been trying to invite Muslims on my channel. I've got a few, but a majority do not want to go on other channels. And I think part of it is the issue of not wanting to defend the Quran or Muhammad in a public fashion. That's why if you go on DAWAH, for example, you'll see where like they did a lot of stuff just addressing Christianity, but there's not a ton just heavily centered, focused on Islam.
How was that? Started off trying to defend Christianity with really, really bad arguments, and then tried to attack Islam. Yeah, James is tired. He's been on DAWAH a while.
So yeah, as Hamza said, I have been on DAWAH before. Typically when I go on, I just don't debate. I'm the kind of person to ask questions and get their information, get my information. Never like in a big debate style. That just has an interest in me, like the pro wrestling events. But as I said early on in the video, I am blocked from DAWAH Studios because of Ajaz. And the feedback that I got through the back channel was, The last time him and I discussed the New Testament, he got shocked and shook, and that tape has conveniently disappeared as well, like many other tapes or videos concerning Ijaz fumbles. But I don't want to hold the issue with Ijaz on Hamza, because I've always had nice interactions with Hamza. So once again, the invitation is for Hamza to come on my channel one-on-one. And the thing with coming on my channel that he would have to realize is that you can tell right away if somebody doesn't have an answer. You can tell right away if somebody's like abusing mods. Like, he has a much bigger platform than I do. So all he has to do is just come on, have me, interact with him. And then if he doesn't think the interaction went well, he can put me on blast. But I think he's going to come on, if he ever does, and he's going to have a good conversation. And he's going to realize that we can discuss these things. But once again, it will not be on EF DAWAH, as I have stated already.
I go hard in the paint, yeah, homie, I'm a saint. Ride or die.